Ikra. In the Brahma Samhita, the transcendental land of Sri Vrindavan is described as being always spiritual. Chintamani Dham. Mani means a gem, a very special gem. And Chinta means anything that something thinks or desires. So the land, spiritual means the land which can fulfill any desire or any thought that comes in our mind. That is Chintamani. That spiritual land is populated by goddesses of fortune who are known as the gopis. If even now, if we go to Sri Vrindavan Dham or in this Mayapur Navadvip Dham also, as we were discussing yesterday, that even the grass is not ordinary. Even the grain of um, the dust uh, is not ordinary in the dham. What to speak of the trees? Actually, there are so many um, s- secret and sacred forest groves in these spiritual land that even today, every day, the Nitya Leela happens at night when just like it is continuing in the spiritual world, it is also happening in this material world also, because what we are seeing is home of Vrindavan, but it is um aprakat actually. But and it is there is prakat and aprakat. So that Leela is still happening. That happens in the spiritual world. The Ras Leela, Krishna and Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So even today, no one is allowed to enter these forests after sunset. And even today, every night, there are people who live close by, they do not have windows on their walls which face those forests, because anybody who tries to see, because if they are not allowed, what we are not allowed, if somebody tries to forcefully do that, what will happen? They will be punished, chastised. So many people, they thought that, okay, nobody will come to know. But who are you trying to cheat? The Supreme God, it's not possible. So many times when people try to just secretly hide in the forest or something, next morning people found that they have either become, they are unable to speak anything, because what they have seen is therefore they've become either completely dumb, they are unable to speak, they are unable to express. So we hear a lot of these when we go to Vrindavan. And even people, they don't have windows on those sides, because what we are not supposed to see, we should not even have the urge. But the sound of the dancing anklets is still audible actually. Even today, every night it is audible. So it is all still happening because it is the spiritual land. But materialistic persons, when they go, they will not be able to see the Vrindavan as it is. They will only see uh, as it is on the material platform, but they will not be able to see it as it is from the spiritual platform. And it is populated by goddesses of fortune. So all these gopis, they transform into trees. When the sun rises, they transform into trees. So these trees, they are not odd. If you see those trees in Vrindavan, they are very different. They are like the none of the branches in these forests, Nikunj one and all this, none of them are in Seva Kunj. The trees, the trunk is not straight. The trunk of the tree is not straight. They're all bent, and in different ways they are formed. The formation is very different. So they are all goddesses of fortune actually, and they are all called gopis in the Vrindavan Dham. And they are all beloved of Krishna, and Krishna is the only lover of all those gopis. The trees of that land are all desire trees. You can have anything you want from any tree. The land is made of touchstone, and the water is nectar. In that land, all speech is song. Nobody speaks like we do. It's not straight. It's everything that is spoken is a song. Therefore, when Krishna speaks, it's called Bhagavad Gita. It is not Bhagavat. Bhagavad Katha. No, it is Bhagavad Gita because it is a song. So anything spoken in the spiritual world is a song. The walking is dancing, and the constant companion is the flute in the Vrindavan Dham. Everything is self illuminated. There in Vrindavan Dham, in the spiritual world, people don't require bulbs and fans and all those things. Everything is self illuminated, just like the sun and the moon in this material world. The sun and the moon are there in the material world. In the spiritual world, sun and moon is not required actually. Everything happens by Krishna's will. The human form of life is meant for understanding this transcendental land of Vrindavan, and one who is fortunate should cultivate knowledge of Vrindavan and its residents. Residents means the original residents of Vrindavan, the original Vrajavasis. In that supreme abode of Krishna, there are Surabhi cows who overflood the land with milk. Usually, people have irrigation system. The farmers have irrigation systems for putting water in the farm. But the Surabhi cows in the spiritual world, in Vrindavan, in spiritual world, they just when they see Krishna or when Krishna plays the flute, they are so overwhelmed, they become so ecstatic that their milk starts flowing and it overfloods the land. So there, the grasses and flowers, they are not watered; they are actually milked by the Surabhi cows. Since not even a moment in the spiritual world is misused. Nobody wastes even a moment. There is no wastage of even one moment in the spiritual world. Every moment is everybody's think absorbed in Krishna and Krishna's service. And Krishna is also every moment absorbed in the service of the devotees. There is no past, present, or future. Why is there past, present, and future in the material world? Because we are constantly wasting time, because we are forgetful of Krishna. Therefore, we have landed here. Therefore, there is past, present, and future. But in the spiritual world, there is no past, present, and future. An expansion of that Vrindavan is present on this earth. And the superior devotees, they worship the earthly Vrindavan as non different from the supreme abode, the superior devotees, because they can understand, they can relish the Vrindavan that is present on this earth as being non different from Vrindavan that is in the spiritual world. No one can appreciate Vrindavan without being highly elevated in spiritual knowledge, that is Krishna consciousness. We will see that materialistic people, they go as tourists in all these dham. They will come to Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham, they will go to Vrindavan Dham, and then they will start complaining that Are kitna kachra hai, the Yamuna is all polluted, and there is so much trash around, and it is so hot or it is so cold, and look at how people are cheating. Array, these people, instead of 10 rupees they are asking for 100 rupees. So this is material eyes, and therefore they are just like they will go to Darjeeling or they will go to Nepal for a tour. Similarly, they will go to Vrindavan Dham and Navadvip Dham and Mayapur Dham, just like other tourist places. So therefore, they cannot appreciate the value. They will not understand the um, the value of these places. So unless somebody is highly elevated in spiritual knowledge, Krishna consciousness. According to ordinary experience, Sri Vrindavan Dham appears to be just like an ordinary tract of land. What is so special? Everything is same. What is so special? But in the eyes of a highly elevated devotee, Srila Prabhupada knows the value. Our acharyas know the value. Our Guru Varga, they know the value. They understand it from that perspective, that it is not some ordinary tract of land. It is not Nepal and Vrindavan is not same. US and Vrindavan is not same. Or whatever, Darjeeling and any good place if you think of whatever. Mhm. Kanyakumari or these, just because somebody is going for a tour, it's not same as Vrindavan Dham. I mean, a tourist place. Tourist place and Vrindavan Dham is not same. So Vrindavan appears to be just like ordinary tract of land, but in the eyes of to for ordinary people, but in the eyes of highly elevated devotee, it is as good as the original Vrindavan. A great saintly Acharya has sung, "When will my mind be cleared of all the dirty things? So I will be able to see Vrindavan as it is in the spiritual world." বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন, কবে হাম হে শ্রী বৃন্দাবন. This is the song. This is the song that our Acharya has sung. বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে. Vishay means all these sense objects in the material world. Oh, I need this. I need that. It can be a thing, it can be a person, anything. These are all material needs. So Vishay Chhariya Kobe Shuddha Habe Mon. When will my mind, Shuddha, Man means my mind, when will my mind get cleared of all the dirty things? I need this. If I don't have this, there is hankering, there is lamenting. Until I get it, there is hankering. When I get it, then it is there. When it is lost, then there is lamenting. Oh, I have lost it. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. So, hankering and lamenting, all this is material. When will my mind be cleared of all these dirty things so that I will be able to see Vrindavan as it is? Right now, I'm only seeing Maya as it is. And when will I be able to understand the literature left by the six Goswamis so that I will be able to understand the transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna? Because six Goswamis have given the literatures which are simply to understand. They are all based on the transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. It is not based on material updates and material news bulletin. It is simply based on the transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. Material world will go on. Every day there will be some great breaking news because it is material world. Everybody has come here to suffer their own karma. Even if we ask thousands and millions of questions, why did this thing happen to that person? Why did God not come and save? If God really exists, then why it is not happening? Are it is everything is Prakriti is taking care. We are doing karma. We are doing bad things. But because we have forgotten what we have done in our millions of past lifetimes, therefore, in this lifetime, I may be a very good person. But the previous lifetimes, I have done so bad things that I am supposed to eat those fruits. I have to eat those fruits. Nobody can help me. So material world will go on. But our focus has to be this will go on. As long as I am in this material body, Adi Atmik, Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, all this will go on. Because I am in the material world. I've stepped in outside in the rain. There will be mud. There will be the muck coming on me. No, I cannot help myself remain as white as possible. Not possible. If I wear white and go out in the rain, mud will come on my white cloth. So, but we have to focus, we have to keep our eyes on the spiritual world, transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. The loving affairs between Lord Krishna and the gopis in Vrindavan are also transcendental. Such affairs appear like the ordinary lusty affairs of this material world. What is that? Valentine's Day and all stuff. But there is a gulf of difference between the moods of Vrindavan and those of this material world. In the material world, there may be the temporary awakening of lust, but it disappears after so called satisfaction. For some time, there may be awakening of lust. But then, as soon as some satisfaction is there, okay, done. That this is not same as the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, the love between the gopis and Krishna is constantly increasing. How can I serve? Love means to serve. Love means to serve. The other person may, in material terms, I'm saying, in material world, there is no love, there is only lust. As long as somebody is fulfilling my desire, I like that person. But as soon as that person has broken my heart, has done something bad with me, has gone against my wishes, that person, I start feeling that that person doesn't love me. I don't want that person in my life because there is only lust. There is no love in this material world. But love means to serve. Whether the other person loves me or not, whether the other person reciprocates or not, whether the other person hurts me or not, if I love that person, I will continue serving the person in a way which is in the best interest for both of us. So there is a gulf of difference between this material love and the spiritual love. And that difference between the love in transcendental world and the in the spiritual world, the love between the gopis and Krishna is constantly increasing because both parties love each other so much, therefore they want to serve each other so much. Therefore, it is constantly increasing. And in the material world, we are only hankering, other person is not serving me. That person did not say sorry to me. That is the difference between the love in the transcendental world and the lust in the material world. The lust or so called love arising out of this body is as temporary as the body itself. But the love arising from the eternal soul in the spiritual world is on the spiritual platform. And since the spirit soul is eternal, that love is also eternal. Therefore, Krishna is addressed as the evergreen Cupid. So we will pause here and then Krishna willing, we will continue reading again tomorrow. Thank you very much. श्री श्रीमद शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय जगत गुरु शीला प्रभुपाद की जय ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
हरी हरी बोल श्री
हरे
श्याम करुणामय माता जी की जय।
श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरंगा